Who wants to do the prayer?
So we're going to do the prayer. So you're very good. Let's go.
Father God, we want to thank you that we can have this podcast, Lord, and that you provided the time, the space that we have right here. Lord, I ask you to bless this man, Paco Martinez, next to us, and giving us a little insight about him and sharing. We thank him for coming and sharing with us for whatever we're discussing right now, Lord. Everything is possible because you're involved, Lord. And I thank you, Lord. In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen. 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 All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining. It is another episode of the Ben Herrera Show. We appreciate you guys. And
Being so patient.
yes, because
We're
it's been a
building.
while. We're
building.
get this. I mean, we're working. Everybody sees it. But we appreciate everybody joining. We appreciate you guys watching and sharing our videos as well. We got Marcos in the house tonight.
What's up, yo?
And we got Luis in the house.
Hey.
And our special guest tonight, we got
Paco Martinez.
Thank you. What an honor to be here, guys. Thank you.
Appreciate
Yeah.
you guys. Yep, so your camera's going to be over there.
My camera's right here?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
No, you don't have to look at it.
No, look at it. No, yeah.
Say hi to your audience.
Say hi to the audience.
Hello, everybody. Hey, I'm Paco Martinez, Pedro Paco Martinez, for those of you who have known me for the years. And I'm honored to be here at Black River Studios. And hey, guys, share this. Share this because it's a lot of information. It's a lot of time. Not to mention the time and the work that gentlemen have to do this. This is the stuff behind the scene nobody sees. So hey, let's give them a big round of applause, guys. And let's put on a heck of a show tonight. How about that? Yeah.
Appreciate you being here, Paco. It's been a long time. We've been trying to get you for a while.
Busy man.
I'm a busy guy. I'm sorry, guys.
You definitely are. I have watched some of your commercials. They're awesome. I like them.
Thank you.
Yep, me
Thank
too.
you. Thank you.
I
Thank
love
you.
the presidential one.
Did you like the presidential
I
one?
like that's one best post too, bro.
You know what's funny? You guys say that. We started that as a joke. You know, as a joke, and that's usually how the best things happen, right?
Yeah.
It comes out like, I
Absolutely.
can't do it. I can't do it. You know. And then it came out, and next thing you know, we use that. Dun, 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 dun. We said, yeah, I'm fine with it.
Love it, love it.
That was good.
It was.
Yeah.
So give us a little story about who Paco Martinez is. Where'd you start? Where'd you grow up?
Who's Paco Martinez? I'm born and raised right here in Holland, Michigan. Thank you, Holland. You know, I am Dutchican, right?
Hey, I just said I'm not the only one that used that.
Yeah, you know. Okay, I'm very proud to be from Holland. I grew up and graduated from Holland High School. My dad and my mom were here already, and it was just what it was. A lot of people know us because we're a huge family. On my mom's side of the family, there's like 15 brothers and sisters, and I could be off by one or two, or something like that. You know,
They had no cable.
yeah, no, there was no TV at that time. You're right. And then on my dad's side, there's also 14. There's 13, 14,
Wow,
something.
that's amazing.
They're just a little bit smaller group.
Wow.
So either way either way my brothers and I, my sisters and I, we all went. Everywhere we went, Myers, you know,
Yeah.
Myers, Walmart, you name it. We were running into family members. Then my dad decides to make the Lowrider band. You know, I'm one of those guys. You know.
That early music, I still jam to that music.
Thank you,
Yes,
thank you.
yes.
Thank you. And,
Actually, you guys are the first set. If you look at my YouTube channel, you guys are my first band that's on there.
oh, really? Thank you.
Yeah.
So we're 5, 6 years old at the time, guys. You know, and Mike, my brother, who's a little bit younger than I am. He's about 2 years younger than I am. My oldest brother, George. You guys all know who he is. He's the one guy that beat the devil, right?
Yes, he did.
And of course, I'll talk a little bit about that.
Yeah.
Another joke, right?
Yeah.
We're in the practice room. My brother George says, "Hey, you know," and this is how it happens. He says, "Man, you know what would be cool? Somebody with the accordion. Took the devil, went down to Georgia, and just battled the devil with the accordion." And he says a joke, and everybody laughs. Ah, you know, open a beer, you know, because my guys were doing that, right?
Yeah.
It's a Paco, right? It's a Paco. Paco's ding.
No,
That's not.
that's me.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
That's not a joke.
No,
You know,
yeah.
that's not a joke. You know. And so him and I sat down, and we really took it. we took it to a T, and then I went and got permission on it for royalties, and did your due diligence. Oh yeah,
Charles Daniels.
yeah. Charlie Daniels is a good friend of the lowriders.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's
And
awesome.
we had some fun with it, and then as the idea was coming up, we started our own line of accordions. I don't know if you guys noticed that back in the day.
Yeah.
Okay, but George has Baldoni accordions. My son Mo also has Baldoni accordions, right?
I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah, we don't do Gavinelli, though all the love and respect to Gavinelli.
Right,
You know, they're great. They're great. Nothing bad to it. We just wanted our own.
Yeah.
We just wanted our own. So we started our own line of accordions, sat down with the Baldoni family, who was cousins to Gavinelli. You know,
Yeah.
they're cousins to Gavinelli. And I said, well, we got this song we're doing. And I said, and I need an accordion of gold, you know. So and he says, I can do it. Can you do it? So they sponsored us in it. We sponsored their accordions. And from that point on, we had made an agreement. We wouldn't touch the other accordion lines.
Mm.
We would be strictly. So if you ever see the Lowriders, Escorpion, Evolucion with my son Mo, you ever see them, you won't see Gavinelli accordions. You won't see Horners. You'll only see strictly Baldoni accordions.
Yeah.
You know,
That's awesome.
and that's where that started from. So it was just one thing after another. And
Can I ask you about the double about
the
that
devil
ring?
went out to Texas?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I want to tell you this, and I've been waiting to talk to you about this too. Now that I'm older and I was younger at the time, and I was in awe. Okay, that you guys took that genre, turned it into the Hound for One.
Right.
Okay, that's creative.
Yeah.
That's creative. Another, man, he hit that lick for lick,
He did.
and
That's a good point.
yes.
Yeah.
And dude, it gives me chills just thinking about like what you guys did in the studio or even in the video that I've seen. I mean, it was just, I was in awe. Okay.
Yeah.
And just, you guys set a mark. I mean, like I said,
for sure.
you know, we're talking outside of this interview, right, Paco? We were sitting there talking about the marks you guys set. And
They
that,
set a very high bar.
with that,
Thank you guys. We
Because
just tried.
that was showing, for one, being professionals. Another, the creativity that you guys had and the thought that you put behind your music was just genuine and always just authentic and just amazing. You know, the shows you guys had put on, you know, and I've always wanted to ask you, man, that had to felt the feeling of remaking that.
Yeah.
And like you said, talking with Charlie Daniels and sitting down with the family you just spoke of about the accordions.
Yeah.
Dude, I would have just loved and been sitting in that same room, you know what I mean? And just being involved with that. But you guys you took it to another level.
I'll tell you a real small story on it. When we're kids, okay, we looked up to other great musicians, talented Ramon Ayala, Paulino Bernal. You know, the list can go on forever.
Mm-hmm.
Master accordionists. These guys were just geniuses to this day. My hat's off to icons like that. They are icons.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
David Lee Garza, you know, Jaime de Anda, all great accordion players. There was a song called Mi Piquito de Oro from Ramon Ayala.
Mm-hmm.
Yo tengo un amorcito que la quiero más que a mi vida. Right?
Yeah.
Everybody knows the song. My brother George may have been 8 years old, 9 years old, give or take a little bit. And my brother struggled playing that song. The accordion parts on there, it was just, but we're kids.
Yeah.
My old man, my dad, El Jefe, right?
Yeah.
Who starts it off for us.
Yes.
He looked at George and he said, there's nothing you can't do.
Yeah.
And I'm going to prove it to you, kid. And my dad is old school back then, so he puts a little good licking on George, you know? And he throws George into the bedroom, and he gives George a big record at that time, because it's the big LPs, right?
Yeah.
And he says, you don't come out of that room until you can play that song.
Right.
The rest of us are going to eat. He said, but I don't want you out of that room until you can do it. You know? My brother's 8, maybe 9 years old, you know?
Right.
He's in there and he's crying, but he's doing it. He's doing it. When he comes out, 8, 9-year-old kid. Dad, I can play it. My dad says, you better not mess it up, kid. And George says, I can do it. Sure enough, my brother nailed it to a T. He nailed it to a T. right? Oh man, George nailed it to a T. My dad turned around, looks at Mike and I, and he said, "You guys better have your parts." You know,
Whoa!
I ain't eating, Dad.
We can skip dinner for the next week.
and I'll tell you what. So when we come up with this Devil Goes Down to Texas thing, we're really studying Charlie Daniels and that film. We were, you know. George and I are sitting there, we're studying every little T. We're working third shift at the time at Hart and Cooley. We have this cassette, the CD, rewind, you know, all that goes, you know. And you just studying, we're grabbing the accordion, we're doing that. I'm grabbing the bajo and the bass, and we're doing that, we're just going and going. And then George finally, he says one day to me, we're in the studio, and he says, can't do it, bro. It's not going to be able to happen. I'm sorry, man. We tried our best.
Did you put him in the room?
Yeah. Exactly what I did. Well, I didn't put him in the room, but I said to him, do I got to put you in the room the way Dad did? Yeah. And he looks at me, and he's a lot older than I am. He said, I dare you, you know. But I said, I need you to do it, man. Come on. I believe in you. And so we took the whole rest of the band. At the time, it's Compadre Steve's with us that day. And Mike's with us, Mondo, you know, just a group of guys. Yeah. Hey guys, I need all of you guys to get out of the studio. George and I are just gonna go to tea, man. Yeah, we're just gonna go to tea, and everybody went to go eat. I bought it for everybody, and I went back to the studio, and George does it to me like this. George says, "We can't do it, brother. I'm sorry, man. You're gonna have to put me in that room." And I said, and I brought like pizza for him and the engineer, you know, and I said it. And I grab all the pizza, I start closing. No, we're getting back to work. And then they start laughing. They go listen to it. So I go in the studio, bam, I put on the headphones. Sure enough, George nailed it. You know, man, God bless you so much. I love you much.
Was that you on the bass?
That's me on bass, of course, man, of course.
That's cool, of course. That's what I'm just, you know, because I know you played a lot of parts.
Yeah.
But I was just asking that. Was you on the bass line?
Bass is my.
I know that's your
That's
heart.
my heart. That's my instrument. That's everybody says, Paco, what is your main instrument?
But no,
in the Spanish, mi mero mole, el mero mole mío es el bass. I love
Wait a
bass.
minute.
That bass line.
Yeah.
What's her name?
My bass doesn't have a she name. It's just my Jim.
Okay.
Yeah. Mike gives titles to his. I don't. I love mine. I just put it away. Yeah. No. I never. I guess I just never did it. But I'll tell you what. The first bass I learned to play with, and everybody recognizes it. It's a black bass with a mirror in it, right? Everybody knows that bass, right?
Yes.
That's the first bass I learned to play on with my dad. It was my dad's bass, but it didn't look like that. He had the sunburst. It was sunburst color. My dad was a very strict teacher. One day he breaks my bass. He does. Yeah, he's mad at us because he's a bass player. And he's doing a song, and George and I kind of giggled, and he kind of got mad at us, and he had the bass in his hand, and he breaks it, right? At the time, I'm 14, 15 years old. I'm a little kid. I saved every little piece of it. I promise you I did. I put it in a case. Even the little toothpicks, I swear I saved as much as I can. Remember Dell's on downtown Howard?
Yes.
Good old Dell's, right? When I'm 18 years old, I got a job. I got a little bit of money. I go and I ask Dell's, can we fix this? He says, I can fix that. He says, I can fix that. And then Dell's put it all back together. That's when it went black and into the mirror and things like that. And that's what we did it.
That's awesome.
And to this day, I still have that bass. It's at home.
That's your baby.
I learned to play with it. And primeramente Dios, when God takes me, my son Mo gets to take it. Goes with him.
So let me ask you a question. Because I'm still learning everybody's music. I'm still.
Yes.
We didn't listen to Tejano music when we were. I mean, we did, but.
Right.
He's just learning.
My grandpa did.
Yeah.
And some of my other family members. How old were you guys when you guys actually formed the band? Like, were you
when the band was actually formed, the Low Riders. I was in 5th grade.
Oh wow.
I was in 5th grade. Yeah. So 10, 11 years old. Yeah.
Jeez, I didn't.
I knew you guys were young. I didn't know you were that young.
You guys are generational musicians.
Yeah, my dad and my uncle played before we did, and then Hector got in. Hector's actually their brother. He's our uncle, but he's closer to our age than to them. My dad's like 20 years older than Hector, and then Hector got in first. He learned to play the drums, and he's playing with them. Then George was the next oldest. He goes in. He's playing the guitar. He started playing with them. Then I'm next oldest, and I get in. I start playing bass. Then Mike down the line after me. Then he gets in. By that time, my dad's got the lowriders. Now he's putting everything together.
Now, Lowrider, the original name.
Yeah.
When we first started, there was you go through all kinds of little names. I think at first my dad named us Los Estrellas. Then he didn't like that. Then it went into the Long Riders. That we did the Cahuila and we did the Long Riders. And then George happened to wear a lowrider hat as a joke, and he went it again. That's that joke thing that you never know.
Just happens.
Yeah, and my uncle Julian, my tío Julio, he's the one that actually has a joke. He says to George, "Hey, in the lowriders," but then my dad says, "I love it," and then all of a sudden we became the lowriders, the George Martinez. And that's what happened.
That's cool. I like that.
Yep. When we changed the name to Escorpion, which we were the same members, it's because now our careers kick off. That Mexico wants us, and in that part, it's when we become international. We were the band that became international. We came out on Despierta America, Primer Impacto. I think you guys showed some clips on that. Despierta America is Good Morning America, and then you guys
did a video, right?
Out in Mexico, yep. And then because of they couldn't pronounce the low riders, low riders, that's how it would go, Then our label company said to us, "Hey, consider changing the name," and that's when we went to Escorpion. That's when we Escorpion. Yeah. So that was it.
So you can I ask a question?
Mm-hmm.
So you guys, when did you guys transition over from independent to a label then?
Yep. We were independent to label, and then as we went on, okay, of course, then everybody hears the breakup. Oh man, that's awful, the breakups and things like that. No, I actually am very big on breakups.
Right.
Okay, and what I mean by that is, without George and the Lowriders breaking up, there would have never been evolution of my son Mo Martinez, right? Yeah. Because I would have still been with my brother, right? Yeah. Okay. My nephews, Roland and Mario and Little G, are fabulous musicians. I mean, some of the greatest musicians you ever see, right? They team up with their dad, with George, and they become Los Martinez. Yeah. Okay. Mike's with them for a little while, then Mike comes and jumps over here with us. Myself, form Evolution with my son Mo, my nephew Mikey, and my nephew Petey, who's Hector's son. Yeah. Right? Yeah. All of those guys become great musicians. Yeah. So now you got two family bands that adore each other, work together, and now you got two different bands. Without the breakup of the Lowriders, it wouldn't have never happened.
So there was out of that breakup, it's safe to say that there was a lot more birthed.
Obviously.
And then what I've seen when I've seen you guys, time after time, at shows and stuff like that, it is awesome. This is awesome, and this is what impresses me about that everybody can rotate a musical instrument.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
When
you guys say they're great musicians, and I've seen them.
They all are.
I get on the drums for right now. I like this song. I want to play the bass, or it's just amazing how you guys can switch that up. It's rare.
They're so good. I don't want to play now. No, you always go.
But you know what, bro? I'm gonna say this on camera, so everybody knows. I'm gonna give you props where props is due, and you guys set a pillar here in this community for musicians,
for sure.
For the genre that you guys have, just way above and beyond, plus other genres, other Hispanic artists that are doing hip hop music, that are doing whatever their heart desires, right?
Yeah.
That's exactly what you guys showed. That, hey, you know what? Hey, that dedication and hard work that this family put in this community, and you guys are born and bred here.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
It's not Texas.
It's not Texas.
It's Michigan. And it's Michigan. And it gives me chills just thinking about, man, if that was birthed here, and what you guys set for, man, I can see what the future's going to be like if they put in the hard work.
You got to put in the hard work.
So as I told you before, the Lowriders has set a hard path to walk and a very high bar.
It's not impossible, guys.
But it's never impossible as long as you strive, you're dedicated, and you take the time to do it. And you're really serious about what you want to do. Everything's possible. Especially when you put God in the midst.
I hear it all the time. I want to lose weight. I've got to lose weight. I'm overweight. I'm this. I get it. I've been there, done that, right? But if I don't exercise, I don't go for a walk. I don't watch, instead of eating a whole pizza, eat half a pizza. You know?
Hold on.
Hey.
You're the wrong guy.
You have to do the work,
Yeah.
or you're never going to get there, right? You're never going to.
I go get the mail.
Yeah. You're the winner.
I reach out the door.
So you just got to put in the hard work. You know, you just got to. It is fun. Yes, it is fun. But without the work, it's not fun. You know, you have more fun when you know you put in the hard work.
You
Thank
get to see how far you've come.
Yeah, we're blessed. Thank you. We're blessed. But it's not impossible. If you think you want to do it, believe in yourself and do it. Okay?
Yes.
I honestly mean that. I honestly mean that. If you don't believe in yourself, well, I'm not going to believe in you then. Right? Right? But if you believe in yourself, guess what? You got Paco's support. I'm there. I'm there with you.
Yeah.
I promise you that. You know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's just kind of the way.
So when you say that, man, you're speaking to everybody. You know what I mean? As far as where do you want to be at, and where you don't want to be at.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and your guys' work ethic was just amazing. You know, as far as you guys came, because you guys grew up in it with your dad, with your family. You know, and he knew. You know, they obviously seen, hey, my kids are capable of doing this.
Yeah.
So a good push is a good push, right?
Yeah.
And it pays off.
Thank you.
You
It
know?
does. It does. And it'll pay off for everybody.
Or a room without food.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't need though, don't you?
And at the same time, I've seen you guys are God-fearing men. You know,
Yeah.
God first. You know, because at the end of the day, we do things for Him, right?
Right.
Without we can't do things. Okay, I'm gonna put it this way: we can't do things without giving Him praise,
Right.
glory,
Right.
first,
That's first.
before
Always
our feet hit the floor to get out of our house or wherever we're at. You know what I mean? I think we give God the glory. Back when we didn't realize, okay, we got to do that. I wondered why things went wrong and things didn't work out. Is because you know what? I was in that position where I was like, I wasn't giving God the glory. And it was like the minute I started getting my prayer life together,
Mm-hmm.
and obviously, things started moving in His direction,
Right.
not ours.
Right.
Exactly.
And so when I see you guys too, you guys are God-fearing men too. That's in the mix of your work ethic too. You know what I mean?
First sign of wisdom is fearing God.
Amen.
Yeah.
So with that, when I tell you that you guys have set such a strong path and hard path, it is a hard path to follow because you guys went for perfection.
Mm-hmm.
We tried.
You guys went for perfection and you guys nailed it. But some of us who tried, like myself, I tried and I failed.
Yeah.
But it was because I wasn't dedicated.
Yeah.
I was doing it for fun, not because I wanted the hard work.
Yeah.
But until you do the hard work, you're never going to succeed in what you're going to do.
I'll tell you what. Everybody talks about the success we had, whatever. You know, and I don't think it's impossible, right?
Right.
But know in your heart, we failed a million times too. We did.
That was my next question for you.
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
what was? I mean, how did you take the setbacks? You know what I mean? And you worked through them, right?
That's a good question.
Mike brings up when he was here, but now if you're watching, I'm gonna touch on this one, right?
Oh, he'll be
He brings up the Fish and Game Club,
Yes.
right? Okay. You want to talk about a big setback?
Oh yeah.
That one hurt.
Yeah.
That one hurt. Okay, that one hurt. At the time, we're blessed, and we got the top of the line equipment. Now, this equipment ain't cheap.
Yeah.
Wait a minute,
Right?
you talking about the fire?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fired.
Yeah. Okay. We're on stage when this is actually happening.
Mm-hmm.
They come and they tell us that there's a fire, and that it's family members. At the time, the security guards are telling us, and Mike announces it, and everybody thinks it's a party. Yeah.
No roof.
Yeah.
No roof.
Yeah.
No fire.
I'm going like, oh my gosh, there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna get hurt.
Yeah.
I get it. Everybody doesn't realize it because you're partying, you're drunk, you're having a good thing.
Yeah.
And I'm going like, somebody gets hurt here. Can I live with myself?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So I stopped playing, and I'm not even thinking the equipment. I'm thinking safety for everybody else first.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Get out.
Yeah.
Just get out. It's crazy. You're in elementary school, and you always hear when there's a fire in the school,
Right.
get down duck, and roll, right? How many times did you hear that?
Yeah.
Right? And so that day, I knew what it was real because I didn't realize that. Here I'm running through the crowd. I swear I run into a cloud of black smoke, you know? And it's like you really feel like, I mean, it just hits you. And the first thing I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't breathe. I remember in school they said, get down.
Yep.
Crawl, yeah. So when I did, oh wow, then I could see. So I crawled out of there. Talk about a setback, you know?
Yeah.
So we go to my mom's house that night,
Yeah.
and we're bummed. George bummed, Mike's bummed, I'm bummed. We're like scratching our head. And my mom said, I told you not to record. The devil went down to Texas. Yeah.
It wasn't too long after that, right?
We were celebrating that album.
Yeah.
We were celebrating that album.
I was blaming that.
Yeah. So at
The devil found himself in hell.
at that time, man,
Look at mine.
I'm talking.
You beat me on the accordion. I'm coming for you, George.
I'm contemplating taking it off the album, you know, but yeah, but those are true stories.
Yeah.
So talk about setbacks,
Well,
setbacks, you know.
That devil got defeated. I'll tell you that. He was pissed.
Bitch, you way got even.
You see, you made me look bad at the accordion. Hey, Paco, I'm coming after you. You were behind it, buddy. But no, and see, it's good though.
I don't remember Michael saying that part.
No, you didn't. But Mike did a great job. Mike's the hype man. Watch our shows. Mike is the hype man, and he's probably the best hype man you ever meet. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you know, Mike can nail it, right?
Yeah.
Mike can nail it. Yeah. I'm more, you know. Okay, if it's WWF, right?
Yeah.
Man, George was my Stone Cold Steve Austin. Mike was my Rock, you know. And Joe and Steve, man, they were like everybody in between. And I was just sitting there like Vince McMahon writing the scripts, you know. And that's how it was.
I remember part of the story when we had Mike on the show.
Yeah.
Mike said that without everybody looking, he actually snuck back into there.
Yeah.
And he stole, what is the guitar, the amplifier
Yeah.
or something?
Yeah.
A most expensive amplifier.
Yeah, we did. We grabbed as much as we could, and shame on Mike for saying that. But but we did. You know, we went and got what we could salvage. You know.
Right.
Yeah. But now I'll tell you what, man. Talk about you going to the next show and your speakers and everything smell like fire.
They're like, what happened?
Yeah. You know.
Memorabilia. Sure.
Yeah. So, but you have to rebuild, right?
Yeah.
It's okay to fall,
Right.
but if you're gonna fall, at least fall forward
Yes.
and
Yeah.
keep going.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah, and we've always believed that, and that's just the way our mindsets are, you know. And so yeah, and you're right. It's all because God has protected us, you know.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you hear Selena, you know, you hear Los Palominos who are coming.
Yeah.
So I welcome everybody. Hey, Los Palominos are coming. Great friend of ours.
Awesome.
Okay,
Yeah.
they're fabulous. I recommend you guys go see them. Okay, but they lose a brother. Yeah, they lose a brother. You know, Emilio. A lot of the big stars.
Yeah.
You know, unfortunately, they go before their time.
Yeah.
They go before their time.
So
Yeah.
with you saying that, I want to touch on Willie. That was
Willie.
that was a hard one.
That was a hard one for us.
Willie Martinez.
Willie Guillermo is our cousin. Okay,
Yeah.
he's cousin to my dad. Okay, Willie was part of the Lowriders at one time.
Yes.
He was.
Yep.
He was.
I remember that's why I'm bringing that up. I was just going to ask you that question. That was a hard setback for all of you, as far as emotionally losing that family member,
Yeah.
because he was a great pillar too.
What a phenomenal
oh my
man. Beautiful man.
Yes,
Yeah.
and he was just, I mean, like you guys,
Yeah.
always willing to help the next person. You
Yes.
know, willing to go above and beyond. But like you said, if you want to do it,
If you want to do it.
because I remember hearing him telling somebody, that somebody I know, I'm going to mention his name. You want to play this accordion like this? He goes, put your time in. Put your time in.
Yeah.
He says, because that's what's going to get you where you're at.
Yeah.
I remember that conversation very clearly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I got a chance to hang out with Willie, through Lázaro Hernandez.
Yep. Yep.
And they were very close. You know what I mean? And I was like, that right there.
Beautiful man.
It was awesome to have the privilege to spend time with Willie. I remember the Goose Festival. I think you were there with us.
We were there with him. Yeah.
Oh man, I mean, we rocked that tent out. It
Yep.
was raining outside, coming down, and it was
And it didn't matter.
awesome. It didn't matter. It was packed in there.
Yeah.
I thought the fire marshal would come in and be like, "You Mexicans, get out of here!" But No, I mean the city, even the city council was in there. They were in awe with these guys. You know what I mean? And
We've been blessed.
Well, they were just watching, so they didn't start that fire.
Hey,
Ouch.
I got jokes.
Don't worry, he does it to me all the time.
So Willie was actually one of George's mentors
Yep.
in the accordion,
Mhm.
and he was also one of my son Mo's mentors on the accordion. Willie was a gift man.
He was.
He was a gift man.
That's
And anybody who got to learn from him, including my two brothers, I mean my son and my brother, we love the man to death. We love the man to death.
Yeah. When I seen the band and the loss that they took, it was weird not seeing them up there anymore.
Yeah.
It was,
It's not the same.
it wasn't the same. It was just crazy. But you know what? You guys all in the mix. You guys ever plan on doing a comeback tour? Let us know. We're willing to let's get this going. That's just a beautiful thing.
Well, I do remember. I'm pretty sure you guys retired already, didn't you?
George and I are retired. We're retired.
Or what do you want to call it? Semi-retired.
We hear that.
We hear that girl wants to push you guys out of retirement.
I'll steal your accordion. I'll steal your accordion.
If you only knew how many times,
I bet you get phone calls all the time.
all the time.
I was one.
Yeah. What it is, it's not that we don't want to. It's what it is Ric Flair, right? There you go. Ric Flair is just, in my opinion, he was the greatest champ of all time, right? Okay. I think I loved him so much. I mean, yeah. But you watch Ric Flair back in the 80s and the 90s, and he's the icon of icons, right?
Yeah.
You look at Ric Flair right now. Does he look like that same icon? No. Okay. George and I don't want to look like that.
Wow.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Remember us when we were winning championships, all right?
I'm showing my rings, but I'm not coming out.
Yeah, but so for now,
Got my
we're going to stay
belts.
retired.
Yeah.
Never say never,
Oh, I get it.
right? Never say never, but as of now, and not only that, I mean, man, there's times that we'll get together, George, Mike, and I, with our boys, and we did it for Father's Day, and we did it at my dad's
I've
birthday.
seen some Facebook Lives.
Yeah, and we'll do real quick segments.
Yep.
It'll either be at George's ranch that we call Baby Meal Ranch,
Yep.
or it'll be at the pit stop,
Which is a great song, by the way.
where
That's a
I'm
beautiful place, man. It's a beautiful place out there.
Yeah. And we'll be there, and we'll quick do a shout out to everybody, and then we go
And
off.
just tease us.
Yeah,
Give us a quick log, you
Yeah.
know?
And anytime we want to strap them on,
Yeah.
we can still do it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't dry us.
Yeah. But we like being, we like being with our families.
Yep.
And now watch this. Here's a true statement, right? I know my wife. I'm going to talk about my wife, okay? She hates seeing me play. Beautiful woman. God bless her soul. But she says, hey, I want to be with you.
Yeah.
And I want to be with you. I want to spend time with you.
Yeah.
When you're up on stage, you got everybody's attention, and everybody's attention's on you. But what about me? I'm just sitting there. She's like, I'm bored. I'm bored. And as we've gotten older, our wives who have been with, like my brother's wives that have been with them almost 30 years, if not more, right? Are now starting to say the same thing, where they're saying, for 30 years we put up with you guys like that.
It's our time.
It's our time now.
Yeah, no, that's understandable.
Yeah. Shame on us
Yeah.
for never noticing it before,
Right.
right? Because we didn't notice it before, right? We got everybody, hey, we're like, yeah. So all you future musicians, listen to me.
Okay.
Take care of home first. Okay. Shame on you, because if you're so concerned with the public and you're not taking care of home, you're gonna lose home.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Stop me when I lie.
No.
Yeah. So take care of that first, and now if I'm gonna sing, I'll sing to my wife in bed. So I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
And we do that, and that's more fun. And the fact that we get to spend time with our boys, our niece and nephew. Now George and I are grandpas. Oh, Mike's grandpa.
Grandkids.
We're all we're grandpas now too. So we get to see our grandchildren. And that's more fun. My wife did say to me one time, "Honey, I know you miss it. why don't you guys team up again and go do it for a year? And she said, but then she says this, right? Don't play on Valentine's Day. Don't play on Mother's Day. Don't play on New Year's. And what's the other one? Don't play on Thanksgiving, right?
One of the biggest days.
Those are the biggest events, aren't they? They're the biggest. Yeah. No, Father's Day, get out of here. But aren't those the biggest events?
so
those are the biggest events of the year.
Gotcha.
I'm like, those would be the days I'd have to play.
Exactly.
Right. And she says, no, I want a husband. I don't want a superstar.
Come on.
Yeah. And I was like, you know what?
And you can't fault them for that.
Yeah,
You know
you
what I mean?
can't.
You can't.
So I said, well, forget it. Then we ain't doing a return tour.
So let me piggyback. So when Luke came to me,
Yeah.
and the first thing I told him, because he's gonna be a grandpa, and the first thing I told his son was family first. That girl comes first.
That was a
Yes.
confirmation.
Mm-hmm.
That girl comes first.
Yeah.
Before your music, before anything, you can come still in the studios. You can do what you gotta do, but make sure when she comes here, she has everything she needs to be comfortable to be right next to you.
Yeah.
She comes first. She talks. You listen.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't listen to me. Don't listen to nobody.
Yeah.
She talks. You
If
listen.
you guys take a break to pay attention to her, then do it.
Yep. Take a break and do
So
it.
we want to make sure that everybody understands that this is a family-oriented place. I've learned from my mistakes.
Yeah.
Just as well as everybody else has.
Yeah.
I've learned from my mistakes that, when you have a woman who is caring, they need all the attention. Or even afterwards, I told him, take a year off after you have your baby.
Yeah.
And he's just starting out.
Build your family.
Like promoting. So we're just starting to promote him. And I want to piggyback off you.
Good. So,
like he said, we found out, we got in here, we started the event that we're doing. And I'm glad you came through like this, Paco, because, like I said, we look up to you guys. And your advice is critical and it's taken to heart and it resonates, okay?
Thank you.
So,
Thank you. But I'm the same as you guys.
right, no, but still, man, like I told you.
we're only following you.
No, I know. Don't follow me.
You and your brothers, like I said, I see how it was before, and I think about it now because I'm older now too, and I see how things were, party, whatever, music. But
We know.
you were right. There was no cut in the break. For the fact
We weren't seeing the damage. That
Yeah,
they were doing.
we weren't seeing it either. And we were like, oh yeah. We were the ones. We were the
Smart
smart
party
planners.
Yeah.
And now that you say that, and then my son is just starting now. Even though he's starting now, he's got to step back to realize, okay, I got to make time for her and this baby for at least a year.
Yeah.
Don't stop you can always write and be in the studio, right?
Yeah, you can.
Your work ethic doesn't have to fail. Yeah. But as far as like going out and doing events and touring and stuff like that, that's gotta, Marcos, you're right. You know what I mean? And he nailed it on the head when he told him. And I feel like when Black River Studios, when I started getting involved with them, I seen the structure. All right.
Right.
You see good people, and you can also spot bad people from far away, because I think we get that we get that vibe from people if they're going to be bad or good for you, but sometimes we ignore the vibe and we keep going forward. Right. So when I see these guys, it's like, okay, this is where I want to have to be. You know what I mean? This is where I'm bringing my kids here. Yeah. Now my kids, they trust him, Tito Alfaro, and Marcos, and they're, it's like if you were to say something to them, they're going to take it to heart because they respect you. They respect these people that we're working with.
We want to make sure that everybody has I'm not going to say fair shake is what I says. Everybody has an opportunity here.
Absolutely.
Everybody.
Absolutely.
There's no. We're not racist. We don't care about nothing. We don't care about your street life. We don't care about your past life. We care about what you can do from here on out.
Right.
So we want
past doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's where you're gonna go from there.
So that's what I tell them. I don't care where you're from. It's where you're at.
Yeah.
So I missed Mike being on the show. When I wasn't involved as I am now with these guys. And I was excited when they told me you were coming. And I'm like, man, I get to chill with Paco, man. I said, because our thing is always, my thing has always been, hey Paco, what's up, man? You're always on the stage, or you're always doing something, or busy man. But it's awesome to be able to chill with you and hang out with you and
Thank you.
Get to know the ins and the outs a little more. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So
that's how I was with Michael on that last show.
I'm excited. I'm geeked. I'm like, I've been a fan of this guy for a long time.
When Michael was on the show, I told him.
I'm not trying to be starstruck either. So.
You're starstruck.
That's what I was doing.
That was him and Mike.
Literally, Mike, like I'm sitting here in my and I'm just,
I guess I'm privileged.
Yeah, you grew up with us.
Exactly. So I'm just sitting here like this. Oh, all right. But you know what? I'm gonna have you sign this. You gotta.
He signed a pick.
Because he was playing, and I was like, "Hey, can you sign that one, and I can have it?" So he signed it, and I had to hang it on the wall.
We did this one time, and this is a small story. This later on in life, right?
Mm-hmm.
My wife used to own a hair salon, and she had a hair salon. My wife's like, now my wife was my best friend for many, many years, right? As our albums were coming out, I was giving her one. I was just giving her one. Okay, through the years, every time an album came out, I'd give it to her. Okay, and later on in life, through everybody goes through divorces, whatever, right? Finally, my wife and I are both single, and of course I'm, I start trying to talk to her. Hey, call her for no reason. All of a sudden, I'm available all the time. And then sure enough, we start talking. We get closer, and we finally become an item. As we become an item, she says to me, "I have all your albums." Okay, I don't even have all the albums because people would come over to my house and they take them, and and I said, "Are you serious? You got them all?" She says, "Yeah." She showed me her collection, and there they all are.
Wow.
Check this out. It's not even used.
Really?
Not even used. They're like new still. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, honey, you didn't listen to them? You didn't enjoy them? She says, can I tell you a small secret? She says, I don't really like your style of music.
See, I was going to make a joke, but I'm glad I didn't. That would have hit on the spot. Are you serious?
Yeah, she said, it wasn't the style of music she listened to. It wasn't the style. And then she said, but I took care of them for you. And then I said, no, thank you. She had a hair salon because she used to do hair. She doesn't do that now. Now she does real estate. And I was in there with her one day and we're talking, and this couple ends up leaving her salon. As they leave the salon, they come back and they said, hey, can we ask you a question? And it's a husband and wife. And we said, yeah, go ahead. And she says, aren't you one of the Escorpion guys, one of the lowriders? and I said, yeah. I said, I am one of them. She looks at her, I told you. I can't believe it. I'm actually meeting one right now. I said, yeah. And they said, we want to buy your albums. And I end up selling one of my wife's albums. I can't lie, I doubled the value.
Well, if it's unused, it's worth some money.
Yeah. But now I'm like, dang, why did I sell it? Now I don't have it again.
I'm pretty sure Mike has copies.
Speaking of that, I have a Lowriders cassette tape.
Oh man!
Yep, with the cover and everything. I think I had Lopez's car on there.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, that's the first one.
Yeah.
No, that one is looking good.
Looking good.
Looking good. Looking good. Yep, that was the very first
one.
one.
I have it tucked away, and Lopez even has the same one.
Yeah,
he has all your albums.
Yeah, put them away, man. Yeah. Put them away. Yeah.
So, dude, I'm telling you, I jam them out all the time.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Now we can find them, on you go to the Scorpion on Pandora. You guys got them.
We're on Pandora.
You guys are on main platforms.
Yeah, we are. There's an actual Escorpion radio from us.
Yep.
Yeah, and are you kidding? That's an honor to see. Who was to know that was going to be? And we're just local Holland boys.
See, this is why I told you.
Actually, you guys started. I started a whole new playlist with my Pandora. You know how you can do that?
Yeah.
So Palominos fall in. You guys fall in with it. And it's so awesome because you're jamming at work, right? And all of a sudden, Scorpion comes on. It's like, oh, there we go. You guys are in the radio mix with them.
And the song everybody loves, that El Alacran. Right?
Yeah.
Right? So you guys are singing it, right?
Yeah.
I'll let you know right now, right? George Martinez hates that song. He hated playing it. He didn't want to record it. He was like, I hate this song. And it's probably George's biggest hit.
That was actually going to be one of my questions. What was your favorite song?
My favorite song?
Mm-hmm.
The next one.
Okay.
The next one. Always has been for me. Okay? I loved all the albums. I loved everything we did. I loved everything my son and my nephews did. Right? But I always loved the next song. I can honestly tell you right now, there's George, Mike, Mo, Mikey, Petey, Roland, Mario. Right now, we got so many songs we could release in a split time.
I bet.
Oh yeah.
Because it doesn't stop, does it?
It doesn't stop. It just because we
As
stop
an
playing.
artist, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We could be at home all of a sudden and we just grab the guitar, and hey, and then I'll talk with Mo. Mo's my son.
Yeah.
We did one during COVID. We did a master polka, and we just came out and we did it. We could just say, "Hey, son, I got an idea. You got an idea? All right, boom," and we get together. Or with George during COVID, we were doing all this.
I was going to tell you, yes, I seen that, bro. I seen that. I was catching all of it, man.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys see me, but I was on there giving hearts and, hey, what's up, man?
Yeah, we did that.
I mean, I was shouting out to them because you guys would do it just in front of the fire and, just sitting outside,
Yep.
right, at the ranch.
That's all we did
Yeah.
at the ranch and at the pit.
Yep.
We called the other one the pit stop. Yeah. And so and we just or we could be at each other's house and we'd all God, what do they call it? The help me out here, guys. When everybody's at their house and
Zoom.
Zoom.
Yeah. Zoom.
And we're doing that, right? I'm 53 years old. I'm zooming. I got you.
It's never too late, brother.
Yeah. I was like, oh yeah, I'm nerd.
That's good. That's good.
So yeah,
So, and I want to ask this just for the viewers too. That I know. So all of you guys just wrote the songs, right? It was all a compare of composure as far as composing them.
Composing, there was a few that George and Mike wrote. There was a few that Mo had wrote, and later albums, and things like that. Most of them, no, we had the same composers in Tocada had, same composer Ramoniana had, the same composer Los Palomitas had. Okay. Yeah. We gracias a Dios, we had hit a point in our careers where we had composers coming to us and saying, I wrote, songs.
That's
and then we'd sit down there, and George and I would be the ones that did it the most at that time. Okay. And we'd sit there, this works, this does not work. To make one album of 10 songs, right? It takes 12. Yeah. To do that, you start with 60 songs. Then you record 30 of them. Then you listen to those, which one catch them, and then the last 10 to 12 are the ones that make the album.
So that's just physically editing.
Yep.
Music.
Oh yeah.
Computer.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But you listen to 1,000 songs to get to 60. Oh yeah.
So my next question is: so your earlier ones, like was that your dad wrote those? The lowrider.
On the lowrider one with the car, George and Hector were the producers at that time. Yeah. But I would say a good 5 to 6 songs were made with my dad, who was still with us.
That's what I wanted to know.
Yeah.
I thought so.
Yeah. Yep.
Because I mean, you don't ever read the credits or whatever. It's small print.
Yeah.
But I told my son, him learning, being a musician, being an artist. I said, always read the credits, man.
Always read.
I said because why? Because you can always go back and ask them to refer. Who wrote this? Who did the what? You have to do your homework on stuff sometimes, right?
Yep. Yeah.
And it helps to be knowledgeable in this industry.
Yep.
Watch
the label companies.
Yep.
The label companies are huge, right?
Yep.
We got to be at a point where we started LRB Records. What is LRB, right? Mm-hmm. We had the black T-shirt that's at LRB, right? Yeah. Those LRB meant the Lowrider Band, right? Yeah. We got to do our own stuff. Yeah. We did. We finally got to a point where we could do that.
That's awesome, man.
So that was my life as a musician, right?
Yeah. What did you transition over after that?
What do I transition to?
Okay, wait. Over there.
Breaking news. Jay Brink's Motor Sales in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and Pedro Martinez joined forces to guarantee financing for everyone. I repeat, for everyone.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Pedro Paco Martinez, and I'm telling you, I am now here with Jay Brink here in Grand Rapids, Michigan. With all the great things going on out here, we're having so much fun. Now watch this. We got all kinds of programs going on. Look at our beautiful lot. We got the 2019 Jeep. We got the Mustang convertible. Yeah. We got the Jeep Wrangler, the #1 resale value vehicle in the world. Now, I am here to help everybody. Good, bad, or no credit, I can still do what I've always done, okay? Now, it's great to be back at home. We are at the Jay Brinks location in Grand Rapids, Michigan. We are close to you, Amazon, close to you, Lax Corporation Enterprise. We are glad. Steelcase, we're all here. Guess what? I'm here to help you, to help with everything. Just watch this out. Check out all our inventory. And we support my nephews to go with their dad, Roland and Mario to go with George, and Mike's staying with them at the time. Mo and I are starting out new over here, and it's tough, you know, it's tough, right? So you got to make ends meet.
For sure.
So Tony Pena, an old friend of mine, you guys know him, right?
Guy, man.
Yeah, friend from Fenville, right? At the time.
Shout out Tony.
Yeah, shout out to Tony. He's working at Crown at the time.
Yep.
He's working at Crown. And him and I start talking, and he says, Paco, come and work at Crown with me. And I said, I've never sold a car, I know, you know, and he says, man, he says, I can help you, and you and I together, we can form a strong team, and I said, you know what, Tony, I think I'm going to take that. I'm going to take that.
Yeah.
And I was about this close to doing it. And then a little bit of my dad's teaching, I guess, or something like that, and I said, you know, if Tony and I do that together, we'll be great, and we would, okay? But why don't I just try it on my own, right?
Yeah.
You know, he gave me the idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was just what was I going to do with it, right? So I go to Barbara Ford, and I start my career at Barbara Ford.
Okay.
And I go in there, and I'm honest. I don't know how to sell. I have no idea how to sell. You know, I don't know the first thing about the trucks the way you guys, you know, I don't. But there's an old man, Tom Crowney was his name, you know, and he says to me, man, his exact words, you talk like a son of a bitch. he says, you got a gift for gab.
Yeah.
He says, and he gives me a little math quiz, which is where I'm good at, I guess, you know. You know, and he would have gave me an encyclopedia, I would have blown it. You know, and he starts telling me, are you trainable? Will you learn? Will you take the
Clifford?
time?
Of course.
Yeah. He said, if you are trainable, I promise I'll teach you. And I did. I started my career there. Next thing you know, I got very blessed, moved on. You guys have heard of Yes Auto Sales, you know?
Yes,
Auto
I
Sales.
have.
Yes,
It turned into a great phenomenon for us for almost 15 years, you know? For almost 15 years. We did well. Now a breakup happens again. It's just life, okay? You know, it's just life. I wish Tom Pullman's, mi amigo, un gran amigo, you know, all the blessings and love in the world, right?
Yeah.
And as of for right now, as you see in the presidential thing, right?
Yeah.
Breaking news. Can we play that video?
I can add.
Yeah, let's do
We'll
that.
add it to it.
Yeah. Okay. The whole thing was breaking news. Jay Brinks Motor Sales in Grand Rapids. We're about a mile away from the airport.
Right.
So if you guys are looking, you know,
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Jay Brinks Auto was just right in front
Yeah,
of
I
our door
just
the
saw
other day.
her with that license plate.
Yeah.
Here
That's
like 2 days
my
ago.
plate. Oh no, that was just right.
It was a white Toyota.
Yeah. We're growing. We're growing.
Yeah.
We're not looking back. You know, we're giving it all we got.
That's right.
Yeah, and that's where the whole thing started. It's called Jay Brinks Motor Sales. Look it up. Just Google Jay Brinks Motor Sales.
Yeah.
Right. Everything that we built at Yes Auto Sales, we've taken it there. Okay.
You guys had a good program there.
Thank you. We did.
Really good
We're really
I will
blessed.
send people over there to
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Thank you,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
And I'm gonna do this. You guys sent people, right?
Yep.
And they buy, right?
Yep.
They tell me that Luis, Ben, you know, Marcos,
Yep.
or anybody watching, right? They tell me that you sent them to see me. They buy, right?
Mhm.
I'll give you $200 just because you sent them. Did you hear that? $200.
So what we're gonna do, we're gonna shut the show down because we got some work to do, and we're businessmen ourselves.
Yeah.
And you know what? We're gonna send everybody over to Jay Brinks.
I'll tell you what.
You have to say Black River Studios sent you.
Yes,
Say
there
it.
we go.
Say it.
Yep,
Yeah.
Black River Studios
Say it.
sent you.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
They buy.
Good credit.
Yeah.
'Cause of course.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
bad credit, not everybody's got good credit. I get it,
Yeah.
right? Just because you got bad credit doesn't mean you're a bad person,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I've worked hard. I spent years and years and years. I got over 20 years now just in the car business.
Yeah.
Just in the car business, okay? I can help somebody. I can help you. Even if you had a repo, call me. I'll be there. I'll help you. If I really can't,
Yeah. There's something wrong.
yeah. It's
No,
gotta
because
be.
Paco, you've worked with people that I know.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not saying no names.
Yeah,
And you've
no
got
need
them. You've put them even at Guest Auto.
Yeah.
You've put them into what they wanted.
What they wanted. Yep. I'm not selling you.
Yep.
Okay. I'm not interested in selling you a car.
Yep.
I'm interested in helping you.
Yep.
I'm interested in helping you rebuild your credit if you have to. Okay? Or get your dreams, whatever you want,
Yep.
your needs you want. If you got 4 kids, 5 kids, and you need third row seat,
Keep them home.
yeah. You turn on the
They
TV.
turn on the TV, get the Lamborghini.
But no, like in my case, you know, all our kids, my wife and I, all our kids are grown up, but our grandchildren are here now.
Yeah.
So guess what? My wife looks at me and says, I want a third row seat.
Oh,
Third
yes.
row seat, yeah. You
I
know.
got a minivan.
Yeah, you know. So that's the name of the game, you know, is to help you accomplish your dreams.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yep.
That's what I've always wanted to do. That's what I've always took pleasure in my whole careers, whether it be the music or whether it be the car business.
And that runs.
You know.
That runs
Yeah.
parallel.
That was, man, they're side by
That's
side.
you. That's you.
It's still me.
That's that person who you
Yeah,
are.
yeah, that's who I am.
So again, I'm going to say this again. As I said yesterday, El Capone had the same thing. He says I have the same name, but I have a different mindset.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do, man. Do what you feel in your heart, right? Always do what you feel in your heart. Always believe you can. Okay? I wasn't big on competing with anybody in music.
Yeah.
I'm not big on competing with anybody in car sales.
Yeah.
I'm not. There's plenty to go around for everybody. But what are you competing about, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't. I just believed that nobody could do what George, Mike, myself were doing at the time. I just believed that nobody was doing what Paco, Pedro Martinez is doing in the car business. Okay?
Yeah.
So I'm here to help you. Come and see me.
Yeah.
Come and see me. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
Use me. I'm there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Do it. I can do SUVs. I can do Tahoes. Okay, everybody wants to be big pimp daddy and a big Tahoe. You know. Hey,
Right, he's right,
you know,
yeah, yeah.
you can have it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can show you how to get there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Now, do you have Hondas there?
Of course. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fine. Hondas.
Yeah. The Honda Civics are like the most popular of
Yeah.
anything. Yeah. You know.
So let me ask you this: How good as like as far as I know it's a build when you're building clientele, just as it is fan base, things like that, right? Because you can kind of compare that, right?
Yep.
And auto sales really, it's like you said, you got a gift to get, right?
Yeah.
You got, you know, but it's not even always about that. You know, you probably walk in there, you see people walking in there, you see the compassion that they're going through, or you find compassion for what they're going through.
Of course. Empathy's big.
Yes, and
Yeah.
you know, like, okay, I'm really gonna put my heart and soul to help this person, not just give them, like I said, not just give them something, a car that, you know,
Just
that they don't want,
Yeah.
or whatever.
Right.
Paco, I think you've always been honest with your clientele. You know,
Always
you've always,
huge.
you know, gone above and beyond, you know,
Yeah.
as a salesman and as a person, you know.
Yeah.
So I urge everybody out there, you know, that's watching, you know, if you guys, you know, want to see, or if you want to get something that, like you said,
Yeah.
you know, you want to be the big pimp daddy, or you want to just be the soccer mom, whatever.
Yeah.
This guy right here, he'll set you up. You know what I mean? And I believe that because, like I said, I've got a lot of people that have, man, Paco, hook me up. Man, where'd you get that? Boy, I got this from Yes Auto. You know?
Yeah.
You know, and you know, that's a good feeling to have. You know, that's giving back to the community.
It's giving back. That's what it's all
You know,
about.
so-
Now watch this. This is a friend talking to you. Okay?
Yep.
If you're gonna buy a used car and they tell you you're gonna be on a lease, some companies don't tell you
They don't.
you're on a lease, right? I'm not gonna say any company names, but you know who you are.
Yeah.
Okay? You know who you are. If you guys got any questions about buying a car, call us. We got a number here they can call us, right? Or they can message you guys.
They can message
Message us.
Yeah.
Message us. Marcos will read them right now. We'll find out. I'll answer anything you want.
Yeah.
Ask. Okay?
So what are their lotto numbers?
777. No. So, never lease a used car, guys. Don't do it. Lease a new one if you want. Watch your mileage. Yes. Don't ever, ever, ever lease a used car.
Now, do you guys work as well as with not just used cars, but brand new cars?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Because I know sometimes it's like, all right, you get people that are like, man, I'm just gonna get a brand new car.
Yeah.
Because they're tired of the used one. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And you know, several people have told me, used car lots don't. Yes, they do. You know, they have brand new vehicles.
Yeah.
You know, so that's just a question I had.
So here's a big one, right?
Yeah.
So when Jay Brink Motor Sales and Pedro Martinez get together, we start talking about what do we do? What do we do different that nobody else does? So here goes, here we start thinking, twirling our thumbs. Now watch this. This is true, right? 6 months. Do you hear me? 6 months. Free guaranteed warranty on your used vehicle.
Ooh.
Yeah. Free.
6 months.
6
Free.
months.
Free.
So somebody tell me who else does that.
Right.
Yeah,
I don't think
on a
anybody
used car.
does it.
No, they'll give you a warranty. You think you're buying it,
Mm-hmm.
right? Okay. When they tell you 30 days or 1,000 miles or 30 days or
Yeah.
what is it? Usually 1,000 miles
1,000 miles
for 30 days,
Yep.
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. That's built in there. Don't think it isn't. It's built in there. You're paying for it, right? You're paying for it.
Hey, free.
Right.
We didn't do that.
Okay.
We actually gave you 6 months absolutely free. Any of the vehicles you buy on our lot, right?
Yep.
Last thing I want is, Luis, you bought your car, 4 months went down the road, air conditioner breaks.
Mm-hmm.
Pinche Paco que le because that's what the sales guys get it, right?
Yeah, they do.
Right?
They do.
And then I go like this, hey man, see that warranty right here, bro? Take it to a licensed mechanic. You can't take it to your Tio Julio or your Tio Juan or something like that.
Right.
You gotta take it to a licensed mechanic, right? Okay? So, and you get covered.
Tio Julio would just put the bubble gum on.
Yeah, chicle, órale, la boca.
Pero la super glue.
Matter of fact, so.
And we didn't even do that at Yes.
Right.
Yeah. we
So
didn't.
I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna probably talk offline.
Well, before you talk offline, real quick, most of the motor sales that happen always come with a guarantee or warranty.
No, they don't.
Oh, some of them.
Most of them are
Yeah,
as is.
As is.
As is.
As is.
So
That's what it is.
Mhm.
when they tell people to buy this warranty or whatever, why don't they put warranties on the transmissions?
Here's what it is. Everything costs money. Everything costs money, right? Some cars just, and I don't want to say anything negative about anybody's, but some cars have a reputation on transmission.
Yep.
Do your homework, guys.
Yeah.
That's what I tell people. Do your homework.
Yeah, do
because-
your homework. Or ask.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Ask me. If you don't ask me, I can't read your mind. I don't know. Right? I don't know. Okay? Some cars, unfortunately, they not everything's perfect. They're built by man who's not perfect.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And they're building a machine that can never be perfect.
Yeah.
Right.
You go to work at your company, and how many times does the machine break down?
Exactly.
Right?
From running
You don't get
24 hours.
you don't get mad at the machine. You're like, oh no, it's a break. It's a break. We're gonna take it
doing
easy.
it.
No, your car's the same thing.
Exactly.
Your car's the same thing. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But there is options out there. So most of the time, as is means as is. That means the minute your car hits the street and you're off the parking lot, that means as is. Okay? God forbid it, I wouldn't want that for anybody. But do your homework. It's kind of like health insurance. You don't want to pay for your insurance, right?
Yeah.
But man, if you get sick, you become diabetic, or you get a heart attack,
Now
or
you
something
need
like that. Thank God you had insurance.
So, Paco, I'm gonna say this.
Yeah.
Mom, we're gonna go see him this weekend.
There you go.
So,
Yeah. I'll leave you my number. You guys call me. Feel free.
Tax time will be there next year.
Text time.
yeah.
So-
Mom's due for one, so.
Yeah.
How are you about lemon law? Or is that even a thing in Michigan anymore?
Now, I love it. I'm glad you brought that up. You guys got questions, please ask.
Call
In
me.
the state of Michigan,
You guys have the number?
right? In the state of Michigan,
It's gonna be on there.
there is no such thing as a lemon law on used cars.
Yeah.
Really?
Doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
Because my sister bought a car. I'm not gonna say the place, which I kind of want to, but then I don't.
Yeah, no need to.
But anyway,
It's irrelevant.
she bought a Honda CR-V,
Mm-hmm.
and when we went to go look at the vehicle, we test drove it and everything was fine.
Mhm.
I took one picture of the back just to get a picture,
Yeah.
which I should have gotten more pictures.
Yeah.
We noticed the next day, because she was going to get it, that the tires were changed.
Mm.
We noticed that.
Oh,
And I was
wow.
like, these aren't the same tires. Anyways, so the weird thing was the guy that was helping us had the same last name as me.
Oh,
So
wow.
we thought, okay, cool. This guy's he's gonna hook us up.
Yeah.
He
That's
hooked us-
kinfolk.
But about, I want to say at least 4 months later,
Yeah.
maybe 3 or 4 months, the transmission was already going up.
Mm.
The lady that started the whole thing claims that she's been doing this for 35 years.
Mhm.
She didn't even know how to do the paperwork.
Mm.
She was asking him on the next day, hey, how do you fill this up? I thought you said you already knew how to do that.
Yeah.
So I told my sister, I was like, we should just leave.
Yeah.
But when she ended up getting it, long story short, she ended up having to pay another $3,000 to $4,000, something like that,
Mhm.
to get a new transmission.
Transmission.
We had to take it to Hudsonville Transmission, and it got switched out and everything. And it works fine now.
Yeah.
2 months after that, the battery died, and he said he put a new one in.
Mhm.
I worked at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Yeah.
I was assistant manager there. I dealt with parts all the time.
Right. Right.
That wasn't a new battery.
Yeah. Because they have a warranty on it, right?
Exactly. No,
Yeah.
because I looked at the dates and everything.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's scratched off.
Yeah.
Anything new should come with a warranty.
That's
Yeah.
exactly. So that's what we thought. You know, it's a dealership. But then we looked at the reviews.
What kind
There
of
were so
program
many
are they
people.
running?
Right. There were so many people that
Get
said
rich
they got screwed
fast
over by the
scheme.
dealer.
Yeah, that's awful.
Yeah,
That's
and it's
awful.
like,
Yeah.
And so, Paco, that's the worst thing is I ended up selling the truck out there.
Yeah.
You got the value. You guys sell good vehicles.
We did great. We
So,
did great, man.
yeah.
I loved it. Yeah. But now I'm in Grand Rapids, right?
Yep.
We're a mile away from the airport. So if you're ever wondering where I'm at, right?
Yep.
You can
It's on Broadmoor, right?
Yeah, it's on Broadmoor, yeah.
Yeah,
I got a business card here. I ain't with you going a business card.
yeah, I was just saying, I could throw that address on.
Yeah.
Yeah, go
Yeah.
for it, man. Yeah.
We had it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
And-
no.
yeah.
I'll take that one.
Yeah. And so I mean, always feel free to call me. What I did this last time versus I never did before is now I actually put my cell phone out there. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. My cell phone was always private to me. It was something because sometimes you like to just be home and be,
Exactly.
you
Be left
resting. You
alone
guys
for
know how that goes,
absolutely.
But this time around, because I knew that a lot of my friends and family were still in need this time, and I'm no longer in Holland. I'm in Grand Rapids.
But you built a clientele base
Huge
here.
clientele,
Yes,
yeah,
you did.
yes,
So,
we
that,
did,
so
yeah.
I'm sure you'll have a lot of followers.
Well, yeah,
You know?
I've been getting
Yeah,
followers.
I bet.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
That's good.
But so now if you watch the commercials on Facebook, they're on there and things like that.
Yeah.
My cell phone, that number I'm giving is my cell phone. Okay.
Look at
Not
that.
a burner.
Look,
Yeah, we'll be all right.
No, look at that, people. I mean,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
I want you to be able to reach me. I want you to, and if you buy from me and you're having those car problems, feel free to call me. Right? You don't have to call the office.
Yeah.
You can call me.
That's
That's a very
Okay.
bold move.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I'm a very bold person.
That's right. It is.
That's good too, because it's keep it personal too.
Right.
To a point
It's
of-
important. It's
You want
important.
that customer to feel
I
like
want them to be
he
feel
cares about me.
Yes, yes. I care about you.
Yeah.
That's why I'm there.
But that's what's gone away from
Yeah.
that industry is the genuine people that either they retired, left, but
Right.
and not saying nothing against no other salesperson or
Right.
anything like that. But I think they need to have like a workshop to be like, okay, we need to be like this with our customers.
That's very true.
Right.
That's
You know,
very true.
at least study this. Let's see why these people were selling so many cars, or you know what I
Right.
mean? How
Right.
we failed and how we didn't fail.
It should be like that in every industry.
I'm just saying it's an opinion, you know.
It's an opinion.
And,
No,
and-
that's good.
but there's some like guys like you.
Yeah.
You guys are natural. You guys
We're
are
blessed.
just people. You're
Yeah.
blessed and
Yeah.
people person. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And that right there is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
You know? And that's what attracts
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
But
gonna
that doesn't
Paco,
mean
man.
call him at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
Well,
Hey,
at that
hey,
time, the phone's on, but está la ringer off. So that means at 8 o'clock I'll get back to you.
Yeah.
I'll see it in
If
the
you call at 2 o'clock in the morning, you're either at the bar or you're coming home from work.
And you know what I
That's
said?
fair. That's fair. That's fair. You know,
They'll contact you at 8 o'clock in the morning.
business hours from here to here. You know?
Exactly.
So
But
Just respect the phone that he's actually doing that.
Yeah.
Respect the privacy, respect the home.
Absolutely.
Don't call with some
Some
dumb
BS.
questions.
Yeah.
Because some questions can be like, you really called me for that? Like, seriously?
Well, no, and in respect to that, Marcos, I've always taught, even my kids as they were growing up, I always said, the dumbest question you ever ask is the one you don't ask.
True.
Ask.
That's good.
Ask. Always feel free to ask.
Very
I'm
true.
going
Right?
to put that on the bottom of the screen.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Always feel free to ask because you never know what you can have until you ask. Right? You ever seen that ugly guy with a real pretty woman? Hey, I'm one of them. Hey, I'm one of them.
I was going to say,
right?
You're the pretty girl. No.
I'm the ugly guy with the pretty woman, right? But because I asked, right? 'Cause I
you
asked.
asked.
Yeah. You want to dance? That's how it starts, right?
Like
That's
a
how it
rally.
starts.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, always feel free to ask. I'm here to help. I want to help. Okay? Good credit, bad credit, no credit. It doesn't matter to me. Come to me the way you are. I'll help you with the rest.
Awesome.
Okay? I'll help you with the rest.
Definitely post that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is awesome.
I used to work at Fox Motors.
Yeah.
You know what?
No, Fox. Well, Fox is great. Don't
Don't
bring up names.
We said no names.
When you,
It was an opportunity for me.
how I found out, yes, all was closed, is I was driving past and I looked over, I was like, where the heck are all the cars at?
It was us.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was
We were
us.
going. We were on the south side, and we were
Yeah.
looking. I'm like,
And I was like, what the heck? When did that happen?
yeah, that was an all of a sudden thing. Wasn't
It
it?
was not. Well,
Kind of
no.
upset.
Did you guys? Because I didn't hear nothing that you guys were. Usually, you hear something or you
Yeah,
catch
you
an
hear
advertisement
something.
or something.
Yep.
you know,
What it was is my partner there, and we were two teammates there, and we just kind of built from scratch and just kept building and building and building, and then like I said, a lot in the car business is no different than the music.
Yeah.
Okay, we're in there at 9 o'clock, and sometimes we're there till 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's not always easy either.
Yeah.
And my partner, he actually he went through a divorce. He went through a divorce. It was a tough one for him. He stayed single for a few years, and then he met the love of his life. And he went. And as much as it hurt me to have to let him go, I wanted his happiness in life.
For sure.
I wanted his happiness in life, and we said, okay. So we sat down and we penciled everything out, and we just said, okay, let's go ahead. And then in the process, Jay Brink and I are talking, right? But the guy who helped start Yes was out in Muskegon. I was out in Muskegon. So there's a little part that you see me go to Muskegon for like about a month.
Yeah, I wondered that too.
I did that for about a month, and that was because the guy who helped start us at Yes was his store in Muskegon, and he said, "Well, just come with me." And I thought I would be okay there. Great place, man. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
You want to talk about a guy who's nitpicky and you'd never be ashamed to see his cars?
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
that's a place, man. I'm not kidding you. It's just the drive was a little tough, and and when I'm there at 9, 10 o'clock at night and still have an hour drive home,
Yeah. Muskegon is pretty far off, man.
So I went, I love you, Jerry, because that was the gentleman's name, and I said, but I'm building here, this is what it is, and you just have to start all over until you build your new home, and right now that's where it is. So now it's at the J Brink Motor Sales, that's what it is, a mile away from the airport.
Yeah.
Remember that, guys, by the airport in Grand Rapids.
I'll post that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, congratulations on that.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, no, thank you. Thank you. And it's been a heck of a thing. And so when we did the breaking news, that was fun doing that. That starts out like a joke, That starts out like those jokes. And man, it wouldn't be breaking news happening now. And my son-in-law, he's the one that does my videos like that, you know.
Okay.
I come up with the idea, I'm like thinking and I'm saying it and I'm doing everything, but he's just, man, that guy, you want to talk about an IT genius?
Yeah.
Like that guy. Yeah, and he do, not even looking, yeah. And I'm like, okay. And then I'm the one like, but ponle más fire, I want fire. And he laughs, yeah.
Make me look taller.
Yeah, okay, can you put a little bit of that extra fat? You know, they say the camera gives you 10 pounds.
Right.
It gave me 20.
It's like, how many cameras were there?
Filter.
Make me look like on Facebook.
Right.
Oh,
Filters, man.
Yeah.
make my skin smoother.
Yeah.
That's the way I like it.
Give me a 10.
So yeah, I mean, yeah. If there's any questions, you know, if you guys don't mind, I'll say my phone number right now. You know.
You can go ahead.
Okay. If you got any questions, thinking about getting a new car, used or you know SUV, pickup truck, and I'm gonna start a truck sale real soon.
Okay.
I'm starting a truck sale. Come July, truck sales. Okay. I promise you, and you'll see videos on that. Okay. 616-403-5736. Again, 616-403-5736. Call me with all your needs and wants and concerns. Okay? I can help.
Awesome.
Okay? 100% guaranteed.
Yes.
If I can't, I'm gonna make a big shout here. If I cannot get you approved for credit, right? Regardless what your credit is.
Uh-oh.
If I can't get you approved for it, I'll fill up your gas tank of gas.
Ooh,
Right?
man.
Yeah.
What else you guys want, man? Look at
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Just take me with you. I guarantee you won't be
Marcos goes, he can't get me approved. No, we'll get Marcos approved.
No.
Actually,
I get it for tank of gas.
I was just gonna say that I need a full tank of gas. So if you guys I'll take you over there. No, that's awesome, man. I'm
That's
happy
awesome.
for you.
Yeah,
Great.
thank you.
Well, I'm glad the outcome of your life, and thank you for sharing, man. I mean, it's been, man, like I said, Paco, we go back a long ways. You've seen me at the shows. We've done entertainment things together. You know, you've been in the same venues I have. As far as me having the lowrider shows, you were always playing.
Yep.
But I've never really gotten to sit down and chop it up.
No,
with this man. And,
I'm glad we did.
I'm like starstruck. I ain't gonna lie. I'm sitting there looking. I'm like, man, this guy, because it's just me being a following musician. I'm gonna say that. Okay. Play bass and drums.
Yeah.
I'm just like, dude, you're one of the best bass players.
No.
No. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm gonna say this: between you and Ernie Ortiz,
My compadre Ernie.
oh man,
Yeah.
you
What a
guys,
pleasure.
the bass man, because I've actually played with Ernie.
Yeah.
We had a small little garage
Beautiful,
band on
man.
the side, and I know he remembers, and just amazing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We had a good time with that.
I think the fact that Ernie and I, we're actually the same age, we're actually the same age, and we grew up together. I guess we always heard Paco and Ernie and Paco, you always heard that, but I'll tell you what, man, one of the most beautiful men I've ever met is Ernie Ortiz,
Ernie Ortiz.
Him and I have been friends for years.
Yep.
His brother Joe is my compadre, Joe, Steve, compadres, all of them,
That's what I was going to tell you too before this ended, and I know we got into the auto sales thing. I want to go back to the music for a minute.
Yeah.
I grew up with Grupo Suave.
Oh yeah.
They were. I mean, we lived literally 2 blocks in Fenville.
Yeah.
Their dad, rest in peace.
Yeah.
Don
Juan. Yeah.
Don Juan, man, awesome man too, accordion player.
Yeah.
But you guys collaborated quite a bit.
Yeah, we did. We did.
And that's why I was always, man, my thing. It's like you feel the bass, man.
Yeah.
You feel the drums.
Bass,
You feel, but the bass, when
It's
it
all
comes to,
about the bass.
dude.
I was waiting for it. Holy jeez, I was waiting for that one.
But
I was waiting for it so bad.
shout
I
out
was
to
like, he's
Ernie.
gonna do it.
Shout out
He's
to
gonna do
Ernie.
it.
Yes. So many great bass players out there, man. I'll tell you, growing up, everybody always thought that the Lowriders and Suave Band weren't friends. No, we were always friends.
Yes, all the
we
time.
were growing. They spent the night at our house. We spent the night at their house. We just were friends. And as we got older, Joe and Steve came to play with us.
Yes. Yep.
And Ernie went on with the Tejano Sound.
Yep.
John went on with a couple different bands, Las Estrellas de Oro and things like that. And things like that. But man, what a pleasure it was, man. the devil went down to Texas. At the time, Steve's living in Texas,
Steve
right?
was playing the band.
Steve had left the band.
Okay,
He had left the band and he had went to go try his career out in San Antonio,
I
Texas.
remember that.
Okay, I'm there. We had our drummer named Arnold Rodriguez at the time, you know, and Steve meets us at the studio. He meets us at the studio. We're there. We love Steve, and we're talking. And Steve says, "Compadre, let me record a song with you. Compadre, please let me record a song with you." And I'm looking at Steve, and in my head, I'm going, "The devil went down." So, "You sure, Steve, you want to do this?" "Yeah, man, just give me a song, any song, compadre. I'll do anyone." "All right, man, I got an idea for you, but nobody knows until the song comes out. Until the song comes out, you know." And he says, "Really? Yeah." I said, "Come on." And then I showed him what I was gonna do. Steve clicks, like boom. It's like
He already knew the lyrics.
Yeah.
He was one of the greatest drummers.
Right there and then, him and I bass and drums, and we start going to ding, 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 and we start playing. Steve, and he's nailing it, man. Boom, boom. Couple takes, do this again, do that again. Boom. Steve recorded The Devil Went Down to Texas.
That's awesome.
That's what I was gonna tell you. He's one of the best drum players I know out here in Michigan.
Dude, the badass.
He's fucking bad.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, you know, I just wanted to mention them too because I know you were close to them. You guys are
still
all
close
you guys
to
are
them,
family.
yeah.
Yeah, you guys are all family.
Yeah.
That's safe to say, right? You
Yeah.
guys are all family.
We're
man.
like family, yeah.
And like I said, man, I looked up to them too. When
Yeah.
Dude, I grew up with Steven was more my age. You know, I'm
Yeah.
49, and breakdancing right there.
Yeah.
I mean, we used to pop John. You know, I remember him wearing the parachute pants. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pop blocking. You know what I mean? And
Parachute pants.
Yeah, wearing
man,
spikes.
wearing spikes, man. Bandanas around our wrist, and
Yeah, no, they were
Yeah.
good years, man.
yeah.
Good years,
And those guys really, you guys went versatile. You know, you guys played these type of music.
Midgets on the parachute pants.
Oh, bro, serious, man. Bandana, red bandana. But that's when Breaking It just came out. Come on,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
But it's amazing to see us now. You know what I mean? And everybody's older, and
Everybody's older.
kids, and you gotta
You're
take
not
that
older,
story.
you're better.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, like wine refinery.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
Before we log off, we need to ask you a question.
Sure.
Can you find the bird on that wall?
Can I find a bird on the wall?
can you find a bird on the wall?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
Somebody
3,
flipping off somebody or something?
two,
That's what I said. That's what I thought.
1. Time's up.
Right there.
Ah!
I got it on one. You got it. I'm always that last minute guy. Sorry.
Hey, I did the same thing. Don't worry. Yesterday they tested me on that, and I'm like, and then like before because we came in and had a meeting, and they were, before we're done, we need to find the bird on the wall.
And you're probably
right
thinking-
at the last
He's looking at the
Yeah.
poster going,
I'm looking at the poster and I'm like, no.
I started this poster too.
Yeah. But I was kind of sitting where you're at, so the bird's behind you.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Yeah.
so the minute I went like this, I'm like, oh shit, there it is.
I thought I had to be on Tombstone, so right away I look at it.
See, but now you got to move the bird because you gave it away on camera, so you can't ask somebody.
Hey, it's right on top of the Tombstone. Ask me, I'll tell you.
call him at 5 in the morning.
I love this guy, man.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Now I really gotta move it.
But before we say it, like I'm gonna say my goodbye on camera. To you, not goodbye, but see you later. But Paco, it's been awesome.
amigos.
Yeah.
It's been awesome, man.
Dios que me los cuide, se cuiden mucho. Soy Pedro Paco Martinez para servirles. Okay, we speak both Spanish and English, guys, so always feel free. Okay, estamos aquí para ayudarles en lo que necesitan. Acuérdense que estoy en las ventas de los carros, los coches, las camionetas. Estoy para servirles. Soy Pedro Paco Martínez. Mi teléfono 616-403-57, con permiso, 36-616-403-5736. As for Pedro.
Hey.
Yeah.